This is your prime-time forecast for East Alabama and West Georgia from Dr. Don's Weather. Dr. Don's Weather is made possible by the Randolph County Commission, East Alabama Waste, Southern Auction Solutions, Genesis Weight Clinic, Jimmy Stevens Construction, Anchor Roofing, the Town of Wadley, Auction 431 South, the Salem Auction House and Bama Diesel Repair. From the Alpha Weather Center, powered by Boondocks Barbecue and Creamery, Southern Union State Community College and the venue at 5 Points Farms, here's Dr. Don.
Howdy-ho, East Alabama and West Georgia. Welcome to your Tuesday. This is your primetime forecast for September 10th, 2024. From Dr. Don's Weather, we'll let you know if Francine is going to be a problem for East Alabama and West Georgia coming up in this morning's edition of your primetime forecast. Thank you, Sonia Holloman. If you're in the market for property in and around Lake Wedowee, this is the person you need to get in touch with. You can get in touch with Sonia at 678-778-3945 or check her out at sonia@hunterben.com. Hunter Ben Realty Services with Sonia Holloman. Yeah, that's the only person you need to know if you're in the market for some of that beautiful Wedowee property up in Wedowee, Alabama. Then, of course, you got to have insurance, so get your ducks in a row with Dukas at 256-831-7770, or you can click the link at the top of the video to get in touch with Jamie. He'll come to your house in Alabama or Georgia. He can handle all of your commercial or personal insurance needs. Jamie Dukas for all of your insurance. All right, let's jump into it because we've got a lot to talk about this morning. Here's the latest from the National Hurricane Center. Tropical storm Francine continues northward through the western Gulf of Mexico. It is forecast to become a hurricane later today and approach the Louisiana coast tomorrow as a hurricane, either a Category 1 or Category 2. Now, the primary effects in the state of Alabama are going to be along and west of I-65. That means, yes, you're going to get rain in East Alabama and West Georgia, but that means that the tropical type weather, the worst of it, should be west of I-65. And of course, the further west you go, even into Mississippi, the stronger that weather is going to be. Across central Alabama, we could be looking at 2 to 3 inches of rain. I think across East Alabama, we're probably in the 1 to 2 inch range category, with locally higher amounts possible. A brief tornado is possible on Thursday. Again, the better chances for that will be along and west of I-65. I think the tornado threat across East Alabama and West Georgia remains extremely low. It's not zero, but I think it is extremely low. Winds could gust probably 35 miles per hour Thursday in West Alabama. In East Alabama, West Georgia, we're probably gusting up to around 25 miles per hour. And of course, all of this is based on the fact that Francine takes the exact track that the National Hurricane Center has on the board this morning. Now, I'll tell you, the consistency has been spot on since all of this started a couple of days ago. The forecast track has not wavered at all. So I feel pretty good that they've got this pegged, but we'll watch this a little bit closer as the storm gets closer to Louisiana. Certainly things could change with the track. If it shifts any further to the east, that could become more of a problem for East Alabama and West Georgia. But again, their forecast track has been almost identical for the last 24 to 48 hours. So typically, if it's going to move around a little bit, it's already started doing that, and we haven't seen it. So confidence pretty high this morning that the tropical storm, eventual hurricane, will take the track that you see on the board. We'll take you a little bit closer on that, and I'll give you some idea of where landfall is going to take place. We're talking the state of Louisiana, a location called Pecan Island, down there around the Paul J. Rainey Wildlife Refuge, somewhere between Pecan Island and Marsh Island, or south of Lafayette, Louisiana. That would be early Wednesday afternoon, tomorrow afternoon, as a Category 1 or Category 2. Winds are expected to be somewhere between 85 and 95 miles per hour when landfall is achieved tomorrow afternoon. Of course, all of that is marshland down there in Louisiana. This is not something that they're not accustomed to. It happens quite often. They know how to handle it down there, and there will be some damage from wind, but this is not like a Category 3, 4, or 5 hurricane. I would take it serious if I live in that area, but again, we're not talking a major hurricane here. Probably the biggest effects from this is going to be rain and the possibility of tornadoes across Mississippi, back over from about Jackson, Mississippi, back over to the Mississippi River is where the absolute worst of this weather will be. Again, we're going to track this very closely for you, and we'll give you any updated information as we go throughout the next few days. Again, we don't anticipate major tropical weather across East Alabama or West Georgia. This will probably send some rain showers as far east as the Atlanta metro. Up here in northeast Georgia, North Georgia, there will be periods of tropical downpours. It'll be a little breezy, but we're not looking at any severe weather effects from eventual Hurricane Francine over the next several days. Let's take a look at the current conditions at the venue at 5 Points Farms. Currently 67 degrees, wind out of the northeast at 4. Humidity is 87%. The barometric pressure at 30.10. Dew point 63. The high temperature yesterday was 84.4. We currently have mostly clear skies. The sunrise at 6:22 this morning, and the sun will set at 6:57 p.m. It will be a partly cloudy day, maybe a few more clouds as we get into the afternoon as Francine approaches from the southwest. 86 in Roanoke, 85 up in Carrollton. Franklin will make it to 85, 87 in Ashland, 89 in Alexander City, and Tallahassee will top out this afternoon. Of course, the hottest spot on the map in East Alabama at 89 degrees. Here's your 6-day forecast from the Alpha Weather Center. One more sunny day. It'll be nice. Enjoy this afternoon sunshine. We won't see it for a while. 86 will be your high this afternoon, down to 63 tonight. On Wednesday, we cloud up. We become mostly cloudy by noon on Wednesday. 20% chance of showers in the afternoon. 80 will be the high temperature, down to 65 Wednesday night with a 50% chance of rain. As we head toward Thursday, I think Thursday night into Friday morning will be the wettest period. 80% chance of rain on Thursday, 72, so the temperature is going to back off a good bit. 67 on Thursday night with an 80% chance of rain. On Friday, a 70% chance of showers and thunderstorms. 78 will be the high. As we approach high school football Friday night, the rain chances should be diminishing as Francine, or what's left of Francine, should be pulling well off to our northwest up into southeastern Missouri by Friday evening, so only a 40% chance of rain at kickoff on Friday night. Then on Saturday, partly cloudy day, maybe a shower roaming around here and there, only a 30% chance, high temperature of 80, and Sunday looks to be a carbon copy of Saturday with a 30% chance of rain, high temperature around 80 degrees. Here's your Southern Union State Community College Live Doppler HD radar, and there she blows. What you're looking at is the infrared radar. That's not convection, but it kind of gives you an idea of where the colder tops of the storms are and where the heavy precipitation will be manifesting today across the Gulf of Mexico. Rain should begin pretty much any moment if it hasn't already down around the New Orleans area all the way back out to the Gulf Coast. If you'll look, though, the center of circulation is still off the coast of Mexico, and it is in that process of turning off to the northeast. We believe making hurricane status later today, and then maybe even going to Category 2 just before landfall, like I said, just south of Lafayette, Louisiana, about 1 or 2 p.m. on Wednesday afternoon. Then the storm will trek right up the Mississippi River across western Mississippi into extreme eastern Arkansas and eventually into southeastern Missouri. We'll take you a little bit closer on East Alabama and West Georgia at this hour. You'll see that we do have a few outer feeder band clouds in that cloud deck already touching South Alabama from Thomasville back over to around Montgomery and Troy and down to around Eufaula and Albany in Georgia. That will slowly work its way to the north today, so you could see a few clouds on the outer edges of the cone of Francine before today is done. Please head over to our weather store and support us if you can. Pick up a coffee cup, a t-shirt, a baseball cap. You can go to the top of the video. You'll find a clickable link up there, which will carry you over to the Dr. Don Weather Store. Part of the proceeds from the sale of these items come back to support us here at Dr. Don's Weather. We also would love for you to click on one of those donation buttons on the top of the video on Facebook, bottom of the video on YouTube, or you can just simply make a donation to support us as well. If you own a business, we'd love to have you as a partner. All you have to do is send me a message on Messenger, and I'll tell you how you can go about getting set up to get started with us before we do our next weather forecast, which, if the good Lord's willing, the creek don't rise, will come first thing tomorrow morning right here on Dr. Don's Weather.
This has been your primetime forecast for East Alabama and West Georgia. From the Alpha Weather Center, powered by Southern Union State Community College, the venue at 5 Points Farms and Boondocks Barbecue and Creamery, Dr. Don's Weather is supported by the Randolph County Commission, East Alabama Waste, Southern Auction Solutions, Genesis Weight Clinic, Jimmy Stevens Construction, Anchor Roofing, the Town of Wadley, Auction 431 South, the Salem Auction House, and Bama Diesel Repair. Be sure to like us on Facebook, share us with all of your friends, and subscribe to Dr. Don's Weather on YouTube. We will be back tomorrow morning with another edition of your primetime forecast on Dr. Don's Weather.